Hello, so welcome to day 3, the final day of Magical Miracle Money. I hope for the past 2 sessions, I have shared so many breakthroughs in terms of money mindset and the way you think and feel around money, figuring out why you're not able to attract that money that you always wanted because of all the thoughts and the emotions that are attached to it. So today, it will be the final day. It's going to be a very short but very powerful teaching, and I hope that you'll benefit a lot from it. So, all right, let's get started. So, how was yesterday? And yesterday we actually discussed about the money beliefs as well as the money emotions based on all the stories that you inherited from your grandparents, from your mom, from your dad. And we identified that because they were in a survival area and they were in a survival mindset, that's why whatever that they shared about money then only applies to that generation. And this time round in our current economy, in such a developing world where we are no longer threatened about the food on our table anymore, how are you going to think about money next? And how would you love to recreate your next money miracle? So we actually investigated and challenged the past beliefs to create a supportive belief and make a commitment to work on the money practices, which I shared quite a fair bit on how you actually can integrate in your life to have that abundant money mindset. So at the end of the day, if it's not in your current reality, it ain't supportive. Yeah. So if you're seeing and you're desiring for money to come in, but you realize that you are lacking that, right? So it actually shows that you have some either belief and thought somewhere, somehow that isn't supportive to your desire. And all we have to do is to investigate, challenge, and flip it. Because the universal truth, as I shared, there's 10 universal truths about money. Money is abundant. Period. There's no denial about it. There's no argument about it. It is abundant and it's totally possible if you choose to believe in it. Okay, and the most important and another very important skill set that you gotta master is receiving money. A lot of people have no issues on giving away money, but when money comes to them, they are in denial, they are in judgment, they are in blaming, and because of all these emotional attachment to the money, they find money hard to come to them because you have created a barrier against money, right? And at the end of the day, in order to have a beautiful, integrative 360-degree relationship with money, we gotta have 5 areas that we have to master in order to have freedom money. And why I talk about freedom money is that, hold on, is that when you receive the money, all of the feelings are associated with only positive feelings. We're talking about empowerment, joy, love, abundance, passionate, which is why I know many of you ladies who are watching this video, or even gentlemen who are watching this video, have a desire to receive money in the most liberating way. You no longer want money to come as form of hard work, a lot of effort, and it comes with a lot of pain. If you continuously accept money as pain, as effort in your life, you will only know one door to having it to come in, which is to exchange. In exchange for money, you got to put in pain, effort, and hard work. However, when we actually choose to reverse that correlation, and when we want to have wonderful, attractive money in the most easy, fast, and effortless way, then just associating it with positive relations and positive feeling will absolutely shift that effort from so much hard work to it being effortless, and it for you manifesting in the most miraculous way, in which later on I will share with you how I have personally experienced this, and I hope, right? And I hope that through this sharing, you're able to experience the same as well. Okay. So what is freedom money? Freedom money goes as a cycle, right? There's 5 areas of money. Create, right? You create the money, Think about it as when you have a salaried job or you have a business, you create the money from your clients, from your business, from your employment, and then part of it goes to spending, right? And even the way you spend, you got to be very conscious about what you think. Are you thinking lack thoughts, which means that, oh, if I spend this money, I will be left with no more money? Or are you thinking in abundance that if I spend this money, it's worth it for my loved ones, right? What do you think about it? And then afterwards, after we spend the money, it's a time to manage money. And management is a wisdom that you got to master, because you have to know how to manage money to create more money, right? It is the habit of managing the money is more important than the amount itself. And personally, I have attended the author who wrote Secrets of the Millionaire Mind. It's called Millionaire Mind Intensive. It's a 3-day online training program that teaches you how to manage money in the most wise way. Okay, and of course, if you go on to my private coaching, I will share with you how you're supposed to manage money as a regular person, and if you have a business, even more how you're going to brush up on your cash flow practices. And after we manage money, we come to a point where we also want to receive money. That is why when I talked about, earlier on, I talked about if you keep receiving money with a lot of pain, with a lot of hours, with a lot of hard work, and with a lot of some people that receive the money also because they have a lot of anger, they have a lot of guilt, you will receive that as well, right? It's the point of attraction. What we give out is what we're going to receive. And so for where some people, they have such a massive giving vessel, they are overgivers, but they have such a tiny vessel for them to receive money because of their worthiness around money. They feel that maybe it could be passed due to their past stories, that they feel that they don't deserve money. Maybe it could be because when they were young, they were always in lack, so they grew up thinking that they don't deserve money, or they witnessed for themselves how money was given to other people around them but not them, so it actually reinforced the story that they are not worthy of receiving money. So afterwards, when they try to create a business, they are often losing out money, and they find it so hard to receive, even though that they are so gifted and talented in what they do, right? And then afterwards, after you receive the money, and especially when we have a business, we learn how to invest, right? Invest, and investing in this world is very different from the masculine structured world as well. I have the privilege of straddling both feet in the masculine world, you know, where because of my background as a financial advisor, you know, the typical savings, deposits, investment plans, and so on. And I also get a taste of how investment is like in this magical, miraculous world. I do have the privilege to exercise both as and when I desire, and it's all about taking a balanced view. But sometimes when I invest, I choose a certain method more so than the other because I simply enjoy it more. Okay, and investing is a very powerful trait that you gotta have if you want to have a business, if you want to have freedom money, because that is how you keep creating money. It is like how people create $100 out of $10, and how they create $1,000 out of $100 investment, and so on, that they actually surpass all of the deposits and the fixed deposit rates and so on, when the outside world right now is fighting tooth and nail about it. However, as a CEO mom, and especially an aspiring mompreneur or anybody who wants to set up a business, there is 2 areas in freedom money that is more important than the rest. Can you make a guess on what it is? Okay, if you guessed it right, it is actually creation and investment. These are the 2 aspects of freedom money that you have to prioritize first before all else. If not, you will realize that you are always losing money and you don't have the capacity to create $100 out of 10 and $1,000 out of 100. So you can see it's really clear. This picture is that money, there's a plant that goes out of money, simply because this is the power of investment. When we actually keep hoarding the money and it's sitting in our bank account or sitting in a safe bank somewhere, it does, you are losing out on the power of money. However, when you have the capacity to take part of it and to grow it somewhere, to reap the profits, bring it back, and then do it another time and to do it another time, and each time you get bigger, better, and bolder, not to mention that you get wiser with experience, then yes, you get a shot and to creating money time and time again. For anybody who is wondering what is the mindset that separates a CEO and an employee mindset, is that a CEO has investment and creation mindset. Okay, somebody who otherwise will just revolve around receiving a salary, spending, managing it, and just waiting for the next paycheck to come. So that is the difference between a CEO and employee mindset. And this is why my program is called CEO Moms, because we are moms who want to have it all. We are ambitious, we are hungry, and yet we have so much love for our kids. And one of the very strong and compelling reasons why a lot of mothers would love to create a thriving business is because they want to spend more time with their kids. And naturally so, because the profit that you get per hour as an employee is so thin as compared to what you can get as a CEO if you have your own business. Of course, this comes with risk, this comes with uncertainty, this also comes with fear. However, if you look at it as a life journey, as a growth journey, you will be able to focus on the long-term success instead of getting upset by short-term upsets, I would say. And what are some of the short-term upsets that is really real when it comes to being a CEO mom? Is that you will see your income dip. Is that there will be months where you don't see money coming in and you worry about your next bill. It can also be you putting in effort and nurturing the leads without seeing any possible sales yet. Or it can be sometimes you getting very emotionally drained by the amount of passion that you put into your business. And I have experienced that so many times, especially like when my baby gets sick or like when I call with my husband, and it affects my mindset. However, I have mastered emotional management, so I no longer get affected by the emotional waves of life, so that I can bring back and stay focused on my entrepreneurship journey. This is what I wish for all of you out there who wish to go on this CEO Mom's journey, that you gotta embrace a CEO mindset. You gotta embrace the up and downs, because it is the downs that will give us the breakthrough, which is what I will talk about later on as well. So somebody again of a CEO mindset is abundant. That's why in previous yesterday, Magical Miracle Money Day 2, I talk about having the abundant mindset, because if you don't have an abundant mindset, all you see is scarcity. Okay, and what you think is an investment, it will look as a form of spending and expenditure for you. Spending and investments are two entirely different segments altogether. And if you keep looking at the way I keep spending money, even if it means that you invest in your business, you look at it as spending, you are not going to know how to create money. Okay, somebody who is CEO is also very confident versus an employee who gets easily overwhelmed. I keep hearing this word overwhelmed, and I'm very annoyed by it because there is no such thing as overwhelm. You learn how to deal with it. Okay, there is messy, inspired actions, whereas an employee just keeps making plans. They go either way. They either keep staying in their cave and they keep making plans until they find the perfect concoction, or they are out there busting their ass without even having any form of strategy or any form of direction. It is like a car that is like spinning round and round without having a GPS. And why would you do that? You waste petrol, you waste fuel, you waste time, and you waste energy, because instead of taking the straight road that is going to take you from here to here, you end up zigzagging your way and you waste more energy in the long run. So why create money, right? And let's talk about the creator mindset, because as a CEO mom and it comes to money, you absolutely gotta have a creator mindset. And a creator mindset comes to 3 prerequisites. Number 1, you have the ability to act without evidence. Okay, it means that you have such powerful faith. Having faith means that you have the knowing, you have the trust that you are meant to take this path and you will see it through, because the universe never lies, the divine source never lies and never harms. And even though you don't see, you don't see the money coming in immediately, you don't take that as a form of external validation, because you are not attached to the outcome, right? Because you no longer seek validation externally. You're not affected by what people say or what people don't say, right? Including when you hear crickets about your launch, you are not affected. And especially that you are guided by intuitive downloads. So intuitive downloads are heart-aligned actions, which I teach in my private coaching, that we don't take massive actions, because massive actions is a waste of time, it's a waste of energy, it is very unproductive. On the other hand, we are guided by intuitive downloads, which means that if you have a certain messaging, you just get started on it, right? You don't care about the outcome yet. But however, people who end up using their eyes and seeing what other people are doing and they copycat, they often is not an intuitive download, because the other person has the intuitive download because they are fully aligned and to receive it and do it. They have the mindset, the aura, as I mentioned in the first day, is about the energy field. So they are in a full capacity to carry out the task, whereas you are lacking in terms of thoughts, or whether you are not aligned in terms of the emotions or the energy field. So whatever that you do, that is the same for them. It doesn't apply for you and you can't see the results. Okay, the last prerequisite is that you learn to trust in yourself and the divine source, whether is it God, whether is it Buddha, whether it is Allah. You have your own divine source, and at the end of the day, we talk about it as the universe. You trust that you are in co-creation with the universe, that whatever that you do, you're not doing everything by yourself, and you always know that support will come to you one way or another. So I would love to have a distinction between a creator mindset and a victim mindset, because if you have any of this victim mindset, you absolutely know what to do to flip it to a creator mindset. Again, having a creator mindset is absolutely essential if you want to have a thriving business, because this is not an easy journey, I would say, but it is a very thrilling and is meant for those who want to grow internally. So a creator mindset has this mindset that I can create anything, anytime, and anywhere. And that even if it means their bank account being zero, they know that the next thing that they do, in a blink of an eye, money will come rushing in. However, the victim mindset gives excuses. The victim says that it's not possible because of XYZ. They use a lot of their eyes to justify for why it's not doable, why it can't be done. I got no money, I got no time, I got no resources, and because of that, they stall on their desires. However, the creator, as you can see, creates anything, anytime, and anywhere. The creator also says that I can create something out of nothing, which means that even if they see, like, they look around them and they realize that, oh, I've been desiring to have this community, but I don't see it around me. They take it as a sign that they will be the mover, shaker, and the pioneers, and they embrace that, because anybody who goes into that space, being the first, has the first mover advantage. You take the limelight, you take the spotlight for being the first one to create, and you become known in that space before somebody else tries to copycat you. However, even if somebody else tries to copycat you, they do not have that mindset and they do not have that powerful intuition like you do, which will help you so much more rather than people who are trying to copy actions. A victim, on the other hand, tells themselves that I need to wait for something to happen, right? They need to wait for something that before that they can happen, such as I need to wait for my bank account to be full, which then it becomes very hazy what full means to them. before that they can start a business. I need to wait until my kids grow up before I can start a business. I need to wait until my job is stable before I can do a business, or I need to wait for money to come in before I can invest in myself. However, the creator mindset tells herself that I can create anything out of nothing. That means that even if I do see this amount not in my bank account, I will go and find means and ways to take that money, invest, and then reap the profits back tenfold. They will take the initiative, they will take that bold action, that fierce action that is not found in a victim. And a creator tells herself that I'm excited about uncertainty because I'm having, because I'm having a breakthrough, right? And I understand how lonely, how intimidating, and how uncertain it feels. Like I've also, for 2-3 months straight, every day I wake up not knowing what's the next thing that I will do, because it feels so unknown, right? And of course, being humans, I also have fear as well. But instead of thinking to myself that I'm overwhelmed, afraid, fearful, whatever, worry of the unknown, I tell myself that precisely because this is an unknown, I'm doing something out of my comfort zone, I will have extraordinary results that I couldn't find otherwise. Because if you keep doing the same thing, you're only going to get plan and prediction, right? You're going to get logic, we are recreating the past. However, something that is unknown is exactly where the unlimited potential is, that crazy miracles will drop in. A victim mindset also tells us herself, why does this happen to me? And why, in fact, is the worst question that you can ask for your brain, because when you keep asking why, all you get are answers that will point to lack, that will point to blaming, that will point to negative energy. However, the creator believes that there is a gift in everything, opportunities and challenges, and that they are able to have that unique ability to embrace gift when it comes to opportunities, which means that they are even more grateful when it comes to good things that happen to them. And when there's challenges, they're able to see how that they can use this as a point of contrast, point of clarity, and a point of trigger to release the thoughts that no longer serve them, the emotions and the stories that no longer serve them as well. So can you imagine how powerful you will be if you're able to embrace a gift in everything, opportunities and challenges? You're essentially swimming in gifts, right? And the last point about a creator mindset knows that I know that the universe will always support me, and that any form of resource, whether is it a man who supports me, whether is it resources, opportunities, chances, clients, they are all provided by the universe. They are all provided by the universe, because the universe is so abundant, so unlimited, that all of these are gifts from the universe. They are not looking at any form of source where they just get so fixated on one source that is their source. No, they rely on the universe as an entirety, and they know that, and they trust that whatever that they desire, whatever that the divine feminine wants, the divine masculine will always step up to service. On the other hand, the victim mindset has that I have to look at my man, my money, or my capacity to do what I love. Again, you can see the same pattern in I need the XXX to happen because of Y. I need XXX because of Y, but not in a creator mindset. For a creator, they know that I just want this. That's it. Full stop. End of story. Yeah. And for victim mindset, they always trying to get very fixated on I need to look at my man as my source, my money as my source, my capacity, my clients as my source, because without them, I'm nothing. That is a victim mindset. Okay, hold on. Got this part can. Yeah, after that you can come in. All right. So talking about the creator and sharing about the financial miracle that I had was that I actually went from $500 to 10K in 6 hours. And how did that happen? This was so crazy. It happened just, I think, earlier on this month, where I told myself that I have a desire to invest in myself and I would love to have this coaching package. However, the amount is pretty big and it was intimidating, but I told myself that I'm going to make it happen. So guess what? During the past 2 to 3 months, I was leaning back, I was receiving all of the signs, and I was just observing for myself how the universe comes in to support me in every way. And I saw signs everywhere. Right? I saw money flowing in and on my bank account because my dad wanted to buy investment policy from him. The system that was used for him to pay to the company directly wasn't working and I had to do the transfer for him. An insurance client texted me out of nowhere saying she wanted to buy insurance for a child and she would just sign without doing anything. It didn't matter to me the amount. What mattered to me more was how it came in. It came in just as a message and she was like, I'm just going to sign it, that's it. Money got unlocked for my client policy on its own by my company without me even pushing the company to do anything. Another insurance client texted me that she wanted to purchase insurance and she wanted to get the highest tier from her 2 boys, which she previously tried to apply from another company, but it took so long until it frustrated the heck out of her. And my friend gladly lent me money and myself was also getting bonus. So there was no better way to start this amazing Women and Money Academy, which was also something that I created out of scratch because I wanted to have a safe and vulnerable place where women can talk about miraculous money in the safest way without any form of judgment, and we just come in to celebrate money. Because like what I said in the first day, that money is like men. The more you appreciate, the more you see them in gratitude, the more they will come to you in a tireless way and they will be providing for you in every way. So what happened afterwards? I had powerful intention to create XXX amount by this date, and this was just a timeline. Like, you know, it was crazy how the deposit by my overseas client, and she was so kind, she was so generous to me. She actually gave the money to her friend who happened to be taking an aeroplane back to Singapore. And guess what? The guy just says just 5 minutes away from me. I was sick for those 2 days. I couldn't do anything. I didn't even get out of the house other than meeting him at the car park to take the money. I didn't even chase up with her. And he drove over to pass me the money in cash, in cold hard cash. Right? Another client paid me this amount, my other client paid me, and guess what? It all put up to fixing this amount, which all I need to do was just top up $10 and boom, I got it done. So this is why it's so powerful. When we put out a powerful intention, we allow the universe to create miracles in our life. And why I share just 3 powerful tips onto creating powerful intentions in my private group. But one of it is that a lot of people fear to make that commitment because they fear they will be disappointed by the universe. But I get it that when you actually receive the intuition that you're going to have this amount by this certain date, trust that it will happen one way or another and just sit back and watch for the miracle to fall in. So there is 2 ways how money grows. Okay, you can decide for yourself. You have one that grows really very steadily. Is that how you think money is supposed to be? You just get save more, save more, save more, or are you going to go on this like crazy up and down cycle? I would love for you to right now take a shot at which one do you think is the next very powerful area about money that I'm going to talk about. And which one is more like it? Is it just going to be an upward trend, which is so safe, or is it going to be rocky up and down? But you can actually clearly see that the returns of one is clearly outruns the other. So if you actually gave the correct guess, yes, this is the investor mindset. The investor mindset is one person who is bold, audacious, and fearless when they play around with money because they believe that money is just for them to play around and have freedom with to get what they desire. So you imagine at this point, right, what the investor mindset has is, all right, let me spend a bit of money on this item and fix what I have. So they will put in the money and invest. And after they invest, they will probably see positive returns and they'll be like, yes, I've got it. And then afterwards, another opportunity comes along. Then they will see a dip in their cash and they'll be like, I got to invest a little bit more. But this time around, I know that it will come back to me. Right? And of course, it comes back to them slowly and of course an upward trend and then all the way until it overshoots that level of receiving capacity that where they were and they were like, oh, that's right, woohoo. Okay, and they decide to drop a bit of money again. I played bigger this time and they go upwards like that. And this is how the investor mind works. That is not linear. If you think in your mind that if you're going to come into the CEO world and think that you're going to invest, thinking that you will keep having an upward trend like this, you're going to be in for disappointment because we are here as entrepreneurs. We are going to experience this up and down cycle, which is why in my private coaching, a huge time and a huge cornerstone of my teaching spends on emotional management. Because if you know how to manage your emotions, you will know how to get through the ups and downs, because the downs are the ones that lead to the ups. Usually, people don't have that emotional resilience. They don't have that emotional regulation to get through their breakdowns, and then they give up halfway, which actually causes them to lose everything that they have accumulated. So the next thing that I would love to introduce is breakdowns leads to breakthrough. And this is one very important lesson that I see in my clients, that I teach them very intensively, because if you know how to embrace breakdowns, you will be able to embrace and hold on till you see the light at the end of the tunnel, which is the breakthrough. And breakdowns, especially where we have a certain vision, breakdown will come to us in 3 areas: body, emotions, and thoughts. And why is this so? Because it's a form of release mechanism. It's kind of like purging, it's kind of like cleansing, detox as well. It's kind of similar like you go on to a cleanse, a health cleanse, and your body just purges out all the unwanted materials in your body so that you are able to digest food, so that your body can rest, so that you're able to reset your digestive system. And this is exactly what breakdown does. That you will experience, you can experience headaches, you can experience digestive issues, skin outbreaks, a lot, you falling sick, you coughing, you having throat infection, and so on, because this is how your body releases unwanted thoughts, unwanted emotions through all of these mechanisms. And it also comes through in the form of emotional breakdown such as triggers, such as your family members being upset at you, you being projected unwanted comments on, you being triggered by your colleagues, you being triggered by even online comments as well, because they trigger that woundedness. It's kind of like when we have a wound, we gotta clean it, we gotta put like antiseptic and clean our wounds out before we apply the medication, right? But somebody who's always wanting to put band-aid is just looking for a quick fix, and eventually the wound itself will not heal nicely, or it will heal very slowly, or you can have another trigger and then something happens again. Okay, and then you can also have triggers in terms of quarrels with your family members, right, which is the most often. And you will also have breakdowns in terms of thoughts. You will have all these unwanted and negative thoughts, such as I need this to happen because XXX, or when you launch something and you have crickets and you're like, oh, nobody's listening to me, I feel unheard, unseen, blah, blah, blah. Because again, I talked back about this in the first day, that we got to align our thoughts, emotions, and the way that we behave as the align, so that we can manifest what we want. Everything has to be aligned. If any of it is in negative state, you will not get the manifestation that you desire. So this is why it comes in 3 ways, so that you can clear out the unwanted energy. Because breakdown will always lead to breakthrough. There is no breakthrough without a breakdown. Period. Done. Okay, as said by Tony Robbins, this is how we can flip and be in that creator zone. Instead of asking, why is this happening to me? We tell ourselves that, hold on. I feel excited for breakdowns because I'm having a breakthrough. That's it. So that was what I kept telling myself, the mantra, the affirmation that I have, so that I hold on to the end, and that always happens. If you hold on long enough, that's why in this entrepreneurship journey, it's a mindset game, it's a resilience game. You gotta be emotionally, mentally resilient to hold on to your gift, to hold on to receive what you want at the end. A lot of people give up halfway because they get so demoralized, they get so discouraged, which brings on me sharing the 3 C's. This is not an easy journey and you can't do it alone, right? If you love whatever that I'm sharing with you, you gotta have 3 things if you want to get on the CEO Mom's journey. Number 1, you gotta have clarity, right? And clarity comes not just from what you see, but clarity also comes from emotional clarity. How can you clear out the breakdowns so that you can get to your breakthrough faster? And as long as you can harness the emotional management of breakdowns leading to breakthroughs, you will experience faster and faster success tracks. Okay, clarity so that you can keep on moving on the right track. It's not just keep moving, full stop. It's called moving on the right track. Somebody is there to call out to you, hey, you're not doing this. It seems unaligned. It's something wrong, blah, blah, blah. Because sometimes when we are driving, we can't see it so clearly, right? It's kind of like you're driving on the road, you have a GPS, and I am that helicopter who tells you that, hey, I see that you're going on this journey. Would you love to take a shortcut? You have a coach who actually is on the sidelines, who gives you the express lane to success, right? Because we are in this world, we are in this business to want to enjoy freedom of time, freedom of money, and freedom of life choices. Why would you want to spend another year delaying, another few years delaying, trying all sorts of methods that don't work when you can just have somebody to give you that advice? And I have been in your position before where I was at the starting stage. And of course, again, I give credit to my many years of salesmanship in a very competitive sales industry that allows me to convert clients, that I can detect buying signals so easily. I can jump in at the right offer. I know what pricing, because all of these were built from my 8 years of salesmanship experience. And the last C is that you need a community to keep you going on this incredible journey, because it is one, again, that can be filled with thrills, excitements, milestones, but you can also have discouraged moments. You can also have tired moments. And a lot of my clients, after they get through the initial euphoria phase where they move so fast, they will go to this middle point where they get very sluggish, they get tired, they get exhausted, they get demoralized, and then they get distracted. They go off doing something else and they think that by doing something else, I will get more rest. But rest is just a symptom of lack of clarity. Everything just boils down to lack of clarity. If you have clarity, you're going to move on so fast and so clear without you being tired at all, because having clarity gives you energy. Okay, and get it, which is why in my private coaching, I actually help my clients convert and get clients paying them, because only when they are paying you, then you have the energy to keep on moving and working in your coaching business. So this is why I would love to put out a CEO Moms Wannabe offer. My doors are always open for a 2-week trial offer. This is a 2 weeks tech support for quick shifts and tweaks in your business that comes to also with a 75-minute private coaching Zoom session with me. In the Zoom session, I get to chat with you and for you to fix your direction, to give you that quick shift and tweaks. Especially the tech support is so good for giving daily shifts. It's not just coming into that Zoom session, knowing everything, and then I don't see you after that, because you got to have somebody accountable. Sometimes you have questions and you want to bounce off somebody, right? But when you go out and then you don't bounce off somebody, you do it by yourself. You have this like, I can do it all mindset. You end up driving a car not knowing where to go to. You're just driving on the road and you get lost, and you lose your way, you get slow. And then the funny thing is that you some people, they just self-soothe themselves and they say, it's okay as long as I'm moving. But no, it's not okay, because it's the cost of time. It's the cost of opportunities. It is the cost of your time. It's the cost of your vision being delayed. That's it. And they make do with it. Why? Why would you make do with it? It's so, don't settle for anything less. If you can get to your final destination faster, go for it. So this is a taster sample of my high quality coaching CEO Moms Wannabe, because in my CEO Moms program, which is a 3-month program, I help my CEO Moms get from creating their business, getting clarity on their messaging, and then seeing the aligned clients around them. Okay, and I go in there to fix, and we determine every flaw. There is an ideal client, there is an ideal price, but only somebody who has been there is able to tell you what it is. So over here, some of my clients, one of my clients moved on to nailing her 3-month package with me. Another one got her clarity book. Another one got her first client. So yes, they were amazing breakthroughs. So this is just a taster 2-week trial offer. If you are interested and if you're activated to take this up, drop me a DM on my Instagram or follow me on my Instagram. These are all my website, my IG, my email, my Facebook, whatever that you do. I hope that you take away so much value from my magical miracle money, because you totally deserve money in the most freedom and liberating way. So my name is Lydia. I help ambitious CEO moms create freedom money in her time-saving business, save money and time. What a powerful combo it is. And thank you so much for joining me in my 3 days magical miracle money. I wish you all the best. Again, whatever that you do, don't quit. Feel activated to work with me. Reach out to me to get my 2 weeks offer, and the door is evergreen. You know, get started on it. Have a taste of how it feels like, to see whether you want to move on in your business journey or not. All right, see you.